how you guys doing? This is Isaac Eubank, Kevin Passman. This is the K&I Podcast. I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. Had a lot of fun last time we did this, man, so we're back. What you been up to, Kev? You guys are back on lockdown. Doesn't look like you're in the same place you were last time, man. Where's your astronaut at?
It's not an astronaut. It's actually a cosmonaut. He's Russian, man. Russian bastard. I'm not a communist though. We're at a nice little condo here, like a little penthouse overlooking the harbor here, and we had some plumbing problems at the house. We're on lockdown, but had some plumbing problems. They won't get to it for a couple of days, so we came to a really, as you can see, a terrible little apartment here overlooking the city. It's being
nice.
Being facetious. That's the word I'm looking for. I just woke up, man. It's Monday morning here, man. So I'm drinking my coffee, trying to get my thoughts together. You've had a 7-hour jump on me, but...
Oh, man, you just woke me up from a nap, man. I was like, oh, shit, it's already 3:30. I got to get up. Dude, it's like I'm winding down and you're waking up, you know?
Yeah.
But it's all...
Yeah, the lockdown, though, I'm not allowed. I can't go to work now, and I can't do things that I normally do. And actually, I didn't work before, but so my life hasn't changed a bit. So,
I mean, well, you can't go out and do mics and stuff like that, right?
No, not this week. Did a couple last week though. It's a good time, man. It's a good time.
Yeah.
When these mics are. Unusual, you never know what you're going to run into. At Mr. Wang's, we went there. The room is perfect for comedy. Nice little stage, nice setup, and all that. But the door opens to a little karaoke room on the side, and these folks they love their karaoke. Even though there's only 3 or 4 people in the karaoke room, and there's 50 people in the comedy room. The karaoke room takes precedence, man. That's what they, like, you can't have, and I love the person who set the gig up, but I'm like, there's a little bit of a clash here, I don't know if we should do this, we're trying to be polite about it, saying this is really a fucked situation. But it's a good time though, man. I did my bit. I could even, when I did my jokes, I could hear them in the karaoke room laughing at me, so I think I did pretty well, man.
Nice. That's the way to do it, man. Wow. Well, that's cool. You got to do it a couple of times before you got locked back down. I still haven't been able to get out and do anything, man. There is a show too, this coming up Saturday, out here in Katy at one of the places I used to go to all the time and do shit, man. And I'm just like, oh, damn, dude. I mean, it's in my hometown, and I can't even go.
What level of lockdown are y'all on, man?
That we're on that level of lockdown where if you're a smart and considerate human being, you stay at home and you try and be as responsible as possible. That's the level of lockdown that we're on. And now, if you're just an idiot and you don't believe in any of the stuff, you think it's a hoax, and you don't care about your general man or your neighbor or whatever, you're out in the public and you're not social distancing and you're partying and going to comedy shows and doing comedy and you're keeping this thing going.
That's a hell of a level, man. We're on level 3, much more succinct with our levels, man.
You're very more succinct, and you're a lot more. You guys are a lot more. You guys have a lot more. What do you call
considerate people?
You're more considerate, and you have more integrity over there. You guys have integrity. We don't have integrity over here. We're a bunch of pieces of shit. We only care about ourselves. It's like, oh man. I want McDonald's and I want it now, goddamn it. No government's gonna stop me. So, yeah.
But yeah, we're on level 3 for a few weeks. I think we got about 50 cases now, which is a big number here. But the 50 cases that they've documented, and it's kind of spreading a little bit every day. But I think we got it under control now, and you never know.
You never know, and you guys are saying that's under control. You're telling me it's 50. Last time I heard it was 4, so it does sound like it's definitely spreading. And for a minute there, I was like praising New Zealand like no other. Like, oh, they did it right. They locked down. Everybody freaking was responsible. The government took care of their people. Made sure that they could pay their rent and eat and everything, blah blah blah.
They're still doing this
with
stuff.
their jobs. No, I know.
All of the
I know.
things
they're
still
doing that part
happening.
right. That part's right. That part's right. I agree with that part. But you know, something's happening. Somebody's not being honest. You know what I mean? There's a couple of you know, too many privileged people on yachts. You know, being able to slip in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they're spreading that shit.
There's right here. I'm overlooking all these yachts here in this complex.
100%, dude. It's a
There's
huge
a
open
Russian
harbor.
guy who has a massive yacht right here, and I'm not going to question him about his comings and goings. He wants to bring whatever disease he wants, you know. Yeah, I'm sure he's
Right.
connected. I'm not. No.
Oh man.
Anything you ask me, I'm
Yeah.
just going to say da. Da means yes in Russian.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
hilarious, man. Anytime you see some freaking some white pasty overweight dude in speedos and a little bit too much gold, you need to watch yourself.
Yeah. Especially when he has 2 heliports on his yacht.
Yeah. Holy shit.
One
man.
for him and one for his guests. One for him.
One for his guest. Yeah, one for him and one for the bodies he's got to disappear. Jesus Christ, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. But yeah, man, it's a shame that it's going up over there, and it's a shame that it's you know it's going on over here. But
This
what are you gonna do,
apocalypse,
man?
this apocalypse
it's
is
the
taking
new age.
forever.
Yeah, man.
This apocalypse.
It's the new age.
This
It's
apocalypse.
the slow death.
Yeah, it's a slow death. The apocalypse is taking forever, man. I don't understand.
I know, man. This damn apocalypse needs to hurry up, man. I got shit to do.
It's a new bit.
You know?
New bit I'm writing, man. So I think it'll be a
There
fun
you
one. I'm
go.
just gonna open up with it, you know, like a cold opening. Just pause and look around. It's like this apocalypse is taking forever, you know. And people, it's something people will understand about that, you know. Like, yeah, it is kind
Yeah.
of a lot slower than we thought it would be. You know, just
Right.
kind of riff off of that.
No, that's a good riff, man. Honestly, you kind of took my riff, man. See, I'm not able to go out, man, so I can't do any of this. But you know what? You fucking have it all. You got
any new bits, man? You got time to write? You write anything? What's going on?
new bits, man? The only thing that I think about, honestly, while I'm been on this lockdown, it has not been comedy. It's been I've been training with my oldest. He claims he wants to be an MMA fighter, but he can only find the time to train with me like once a week. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been training with him. I've been working out and trying to focus on that, man. I've got to lose this belly fat, man. I look good, man. I got good arms, I got good shoulders, good chest. But then I got this belly fat, man. I don't know, this fucking tire, this fucking spare tire that won't go away. I know you car guys are into spare tires, man, but chicks aren't. So I got to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, some car guys are not into spare tires because that's just extra weight, you know, horsepower to weight ratio.
Oh, they want to strip it down,
Yeah,
make it
you gotta
light, so
get
go
that
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
that's
can
the
see
worst
that.
bit
See?
I've ever heard, though, man. That's your new bit. It's really
That's my
wordy.
new bit, man. I'm
You gotta cut that down.
I
a little
know,
bit.
man. I gotta pare that shit down. No, like I don't know. What could I work on for a new bit? I have nothing for you, man. I was trying to think of some stuff about having stepkids, man. But it's very there's nothing funny about it, man. Kids aren't funny nowadays, man. Kids are responsibilities. You know what I mean? It's like there's no jokes there. It's like yeah.
They don't seem to do the things that we used to do, though, man. The craziness, and
They don't. The kids don't do shit. There's no stories. Oh yeah, so yeah, all my kids were sitting, in their rooms today, playing video games. Where's the joke there?
maybe they are. They're just hiding it. Like we used to hide it. Maybe our parents thought we had boring lives or something, but like we had stuff going on. We know that.
We did, but we had to. We weren't allowed inside. Like I got everybody knives and swords, and they came in. The kids were all fucking excited, right? They played with them for about 2 hours. They were outside practicing how to throw the knives and shit, and then they were done. They put the shit away, and I haven't heard anything from them since, man. If I was a kid that age and
pretty
got
typical.
a sword or a knife,
Yeah, that's pretty.
I would have played it. No, I would have played with that shit for a couple of months. I would never would have put it. I would have been at a dinner table with my fucking sword.
Kids get a new toy though. They kind of play with it sometimes, and although I don't think a sword is a toy, but it's thing.
Just saying, man. They they have a small attention span. They only care about, what they care about, and it has nothing to do with leaving their rooms. It's all about, talking to their friends on their phones and playing stupid games. I wish there was some way I could monetize that. These kids, all these people are on Twitch and they're playing these video games and they're making this money. And my kids have no interest. It's like, you guys are wasting all this good content. I can hear them in there, being all stupid and yelling at their friends. Like, you guys are wasting all this good content. You could be making me some money right now, but they refuse.
You gotta exploit your kids, man. That's what I mean. What else?
I'm trying. I've been trying. I'm like, dude, we're locked down in COVID. We got to think of different ways to generate funds. The family should, band together.
Sometimes kids hear it from their parents and they're not interested, but if they hear it from somebody on the outside, maybe I can talk them into it. Somebody who's not their parent, Although I'm gonna need a cut. Though. I'm gonna need a cut.
You're gonna need a cut.
Yeah.
You can manage them. That's cool, man. I don't care if you want to manage them, as long as you get them to do something, man. These kids aren't doing shit. I tried to. I was thinking, all right, if I fucking double mask, and I really pay attention to like cleaning, sanitizing myself, I could probably get away with maybe going back to trying to buy storage units because I'm just so fucking bored, right?
Yeah.
But they do too much congregating in front of the units inside the buildings too.
Yeah.
That it's just like, I thought maybe I could do that with my oldest stepson, because he's trying to figure out what he wants to do, and we're trying to help him figure out a job that'd be good for him. And I was like, dude, you can sit there with me at a swap meet and we could just sell shit all day, and but he didn't seem to have any interest. I was like, you ever watch Storage Wars? He's like, no. I'm like, you should try and watch it, man. Try to explain it to him, and he's just like, he keeps eating his food. I just walk away. I'm like, oh. Oh man.
So we got our controversial car of the week, man. You wanna?
Oh.
This Pontiac, a '66 Pontiac Parisienne with the 12,000 miles. We've got some wonderful comments on that, man.
Oh my God, dude, they won't stop coming in. These people, it's like, watch the fucking episode, you idiots. You know what I mean? They just read shit and post it, It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's,
they actually took the...
lots of, but I kind of trolled them a little bit, you kind of, in the titles and stuff like that, I'm teasing them a little bit. With the
100%.
$89,000 price, it's
100%.
Is it worth 89,000? Yeah, well, it's not even 89,000 U.S. dollars. It's New Zealand dollars. So they just read the headline and they're like, "No way, man!" One of them, this comment says "dreamer," and this guy comments, "Is there $50,000 in the glove compartment?" So it'd be a pretty good buy, And then it's or a kilo of cocaine in the trunk. You could put that in the glove compartment too, though. A kilo is 2.2 pounds. You could put that in the glove compartment. Did you see the glove compartment in that thing, man? You could put a kilo in there.
Everything was big on that car.
Yeah, it's this guy Greg Cockerell. He wants to. He's got cock in his name, and he wants to make fun of somebody else. Not for a car with a Chevy chassis and powertrain. Yeah, beautiful car. Not even a real Pontiac. Canadian using all Chevy mechanics and more. That smacks of xenophobia, man. They just don't like Canadians, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Hilarious.
These I love these car nerd fights though, man. It's beautiful, man. And one guy did watch it though, and he understood that the variance in the price. So, yeah, beautiful car, not so much. Just watch it for that. Anyway, just watch only the first minute. Watch the whole thing, man. Watch the whole thing. That's where you, especially if you're gonna make a big long comment like this guy, If you're gonna
you know what? We might have to add that to our titles. Watch until the end before commenting. You know what I mean? Because
or we will
they're never gonna.
We will mercilessly make fun of you on our podcast. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's funny, man. I love that people interact, and I love that they get so involved, even off a headline. They're the same type of people that, like, if they just see, like, something like, Trump found aliens and they had a cure to COVID, they'd be like, yay, and they would share that shit a million times.
The one that kills me is always when they're like, don't believe everything you read, everything you see in the news, but it's a meme, but they got it from Facebook. I'm like,
yeah,
don't believe what you read in the news, but believe what you read on Facebook. What, and which way are you gonna go with this? Which side are you gonna believe? But yeah, man. So no new bits, man. Next week you gotta bring a new bit, man. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring a new bit.
Next week you gotta bring a new bit.
Bring a new bit, man. It could be rough, a rough outline of a bit.
Yeah, we could do some stand up on the podcast. Everybody's doing these Zoom. I actually watched one. I can't remember which comic it was, but it was. No, I do actually. It was Kua Jenny, and it was very shaky because it was so quiet, And
no crowd reaction.
It's zero weird. Crowd reaction. Yeah, and it's not that he wasn't funny. It's just that it's just so hard when you don't have that crowd to vibe off of. Yeah. And so I was just like, oh man, I don't know if I could do that, but
maybe we can do it. Let's do it with a laugh track.
I'll do a set. With a laugh track
just as a gag, man. Just as a stupid gag.
Yeah, we can. We can, totally, man. That'd be funny. But it's always in the wrong spots.
Yeah. Yeah.
When did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side.
So my uncle has cancer. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I had a guy doing that, man, in New Orleans. He obviously didn't understand comedy, and he was supposedly a comedian. He would do a drum roll after my setup, man. He was the sound guy, and I would do my setup, and he would do a drum roll, and I'm like, that's the setup. I know the setup is kind of funny if you listen to it, but the funny part is what you call the punchline. It's going right after, man. He just kept screwing it up, man. And if he didn't have one leg, I would have kicked his ass. I mean, he was a one-legged guy, but I didn't want to look bad in front of others, so
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's tough, man. Whenever people they mess you up, man. I was watching a podcast and they were saying they were talking about comedy, and they were saying that comics that never recognize they're bombing or can't recognize they've ever bombed or whatever, they're not real comics.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I remember every time I bombed almost. I remember one time that I bombed. I was in it was like a black club, and they had I don't know if it was college night or what, man, but they had a fraternity there, and the whole fraternity, it seemed like 50 dudes got up and they started doing that step.
Yeah.
And they stepped me the fuck off the stage and out of there, dude. It was hilarious. It was crazy at the time. I wanted to fight, but at the same time, it was just I never bombed so bad. I've had a whole fucking the alpha omegas get up there, get up.
It's great. You have those stories though, man. Once you've had that, I've done a show for the Banditos, and and I thought they would be sensitive, man, but they're not sensitive, But I was busting balls and stuff like that. But if you can stand in front of people that have murdered people, and do your thing, and not flinch, you learn something, man.
Yeah.
And you
sure.
do. I did another club, and I did in Mobile, Alabama. I did an all-black club too, and it was a great club, and everything was going well. But the guy scheduled the show during the NBA Finals, and there was a side room for shows and comedy, but there was the main room with a big screen TV, and everybody's watching the NBA Finals, right? Mm-hmm. And nobody's in the comedy room. He's like, hold on, I got an idea. It's like, so why don't we just wait until after the game? I mean, we got all night, and there's a big crowd. He's like, no. He set up the mic behind everybody that was watching the finals. And he's like, we're going to do it now. And I had to go up first, and I'm like, do I do this or do I leave, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn something, but I'm going to do it, man. So I get up there and man, it was I could just. They looked back at me a little bit at first and like, oh man, they're being polite, it's cool, you know. If I was in the same situation, I would just tell them, get the hell out of here, you know. But the thing is, I'm doing my thing and I start making comments about the game, you know. And I had a good time, and I saw them slowly turning toward me when the game was on, you know. It's like I learned something. I got off early. Don't get me wrong. I didn't do all my time. I got off early, but it was, you know, it's an experience, you know. It's a tough spot, though, man.
They are tough spots. And Houston, man, is notorious for having open mics and during game seasons.
Yeah.
You know, right now. Yeah. So, like, you're always competing with fucking some stupid sport. And, yeah.
You can't.
It gets crazy.
It just, you know, you can't. The worst gigs I've ever done have been in sports bars, you know? It's a bad mix. You got 50 TVs, 100 TVs, and you got people watching things, and, you know, the layout's bad and stuff, and the room's normally huge, and just because somebody tells you can do a mic there, it doesn't mean you should, you know? Go find the next room.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ruins your spirit, man. It just
it does. It's tough.
The one in the one we did it with the boxing ring, man. You set it up somewhere. I don't know where the hell it was. Somewhere in Houston. There was a boxing ring, and like 3 to 5 seconds in, this drunk at the bar was yelling, "Get him on stage! He's not funny." I was like, "What? He just started, you know. You were hosting the show." It's like, you know, he's. I said, "What do you mean he's not funny?" He barely said 3 syllables, you know. He was just waiting for that second, right? And I think you might want to, you know, cool it down because he's like a former MMA heavyweight. You might not want to hassle him too much, you know. And so I'm on stage. And I see you talking to him at the bar politely, and the guy's trying to put you in some kind of arm lock or something, and you're just kind of pushing him off, talking to his wife politely. It's hilarious. So I started making comments about the fight. I mean, it wasn't really a fight, but the guy attempting to. Anyway, it's a good time, man. It's a good time.
Yeah, they are good times, man. They are good times. We've gone out a bunch. One that sticks in my memory is when we did a gay mic, and I thought for sure we were going to be good because we always go to Guava Lamp and we do great. They love us at Guava Lamp, right? And so I was like, okay, they're going to love us. I'm going to do all my gay jokes, right? And we get up there and they were like, y'all ain't gay? And they weren't having none of it. They were like, oh, hell no. They weren't listening to any of it. And all they wanted to see was the big old fat, ugly drag queens get up there and lip sync.
Yeah.
They thought that shit was so great.
That was
just like
talent competition, wasn't it? It's like 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was so horrible, dude.
Yeah,
that was so horrible.
But they're yelling at us that we're not gay. I'm like, how do you know? What? A gay man can't be manly? What are you doing? What kind of?
I know, right?
What kind of view do you have of the world? A gay man can be manly too, you know? Well,
it's discrimination, man.
Discrimination, man.
And it comes from everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Man. Oh man. So you've had the Mini for like a week now, man. How is it?
What do you mean? We've been on lockdown, man. I can't even access it. It's I'm not even supposed to be driving. It's locked in a temperature controlled garage downtown, and all that.
Really?
It's not accessible. Accessible.
I thought you were gonna use the new Mini as a driver.
I am, but we can't get. We're on lockdown, man.
But how'd you get to the fucking Airbnb where you're at?
We came over here. It's kind of we drove over here, but
So why not in the Mini?
Because the Mini is in another location, and you're limited to where you can drive to. So
all right, I'll give you that.
I'll break the law, man. I'm dying to just walk down there and look at it. I'm actually not too far from it here. I'm just gonna go walk down and eyeball it, you know. Tell them I need to access it. I got my diabetic medications, insulin or something. And I don't know. So I gotta look at it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. No, dude, I thought for sure you'd be tooling around in that thing, man, spreading the COVID.
The guy that I bought it from, I found now that he runs. Did I tell you about the Mclaren? He used to run the Mclaren garage here in Auckland. McLaren,
oh, wow.
Yeah, McLaren's the shit, man. The racing garage too. So I got to go back and interview that guy, man. And
You do, man.
again, I interviewed him about the car and his racing days and stuff like that. But I got to interview him about McLaren and stuff like that. Man, he's so suave and cool. You know, he's like an old gentleman.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's cool, man. And you got to try and get Israel, man. Izzy on here with his McLaren, dude.
Yeah. Hey, well, yeah, lockdown, man. Like I said, lockdown.
I know. I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah, man. I like McLarens. I want to get some more sexy cars like that. You know, we cover a lot of classic cars on the show. We cover a lot of original looking vehicles too. You know, I want to see some new shit, some new sharp lines, some technology. You know, stuff like that. You know, and I want to hear what they sound like too, comparatively to these old vintage, you know, cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, some of them sound good, you know, and the performance of the new ones, even, you know, just the basic Mustangs and stuff like that with the V6 will kind of destroy these old cars, you know. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know, but it's more fun to drive fast in an old car, you know, kind of fast, than really fast in a new car.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, I get you. I can appreciate an older car. I like these cars that we've been looking at and stuff like that. I'm just saying, at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing something new as well.
I mean, I see all kinds of stuff in the neighborhood, man. Just downstairs in this garage in this condo building, man. It's loaded with all kind of Maseratis and stuff, man. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man, because I know that you know, our listeners don't just like classic shit, and if they do just like classic shit, it's just because we've only been posting that. You know what I mean?
That's what it's all about, man. I don't know.
People like everything though, man. They're like cars are such a wide genre. We shouldn't narrow it down to just one and limit ourselves.
I like them all too. I like them. I like the ones the doors go like this. You know.
Yeah.
That's a reference of Silicon Valley. It's like, do you see
is
that?
it? I thought it was a Back to Future reference.
No, the doors go like this. It's a whole thing, man.
Oh, okay. Don't they do that in Back to the Future too? You know?
Yeah. I think that they have some kits on there, and yeah, they used like Ford Taurus and stuff like that for futuristic cars. That anyway, Back to the Future.
DeLorean.
DeLoreans are terrible cars, man. I don't understand.
That's what I've heard, man.
Oh man, they're just junk, man. I don't understand why people love them so much, man. It's like they have no character. They all look alike. They put that damn Chrysler V6 engine in there, you know?
Yeah.
Terrible cars, man.
Yeah, man. Vintage, you know, big muscle cars. Those are all cool. I would love to have a couple, but I would also love to have a nice little Porsche, man. A little scoot around on a little Porsche, you know, get everywhere.
Yeah, you can't.
These car guys,
they can't
be too discriminatory.
You might could get you a 914 for pretty cheap, man. They don't look like the typical Porsche.
That's what I was going to get into.
Yeah.
You really have, for how much you think?
Oh, I'd have to look it up again. A few years ago, you could get one for less than $10,000, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I might need to get into one, dude. I really like Porsches.
With the little Boxsters, the Caymans and stuff like that, I think you can get for 10, 12,000, 15,000. You know, nice little cars, man. You know, good little cars, but they're good value right now. You know.
You know what I've been looking at, man? Not to change the subject too much, is I've been looking at Ultralights.
Is that a little plane, like?
Yeah, they're like they're just little planes, but you don't have to have a pilot's license to operate them. You know what I mean?
This should end well. Yes, this is going to end well. Can we film it?
I've flown since I was 4 or 5.
Okay,
we've always owned a plane in my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My dad's always had a plane.
These ultralights are dangerous, though, man.
Why? What's more dangerous than a plane?
They're a little quirky. I don't know if the wind changes and all that. What I'm saying is that we might have to change the name to the show to the K Podcast rather than the K&I Podcast. It's because one of us might not be around for too long, man.
I'm just
saying,
man, for like $6,000, you can pick yourself up a nice little freaking ultralight, man. You know, these little home built things. They're pretty sweet, dude. And then you can just take it off. and fly it with no permission. You know what I'm saying? It's like come on, you can't get more American than that. You know what I mean?
Why don't you just get you one of those big adult tricycles instead? You know, one of those old man tricycles. That's more safe, man. It's fun. It's cheaper. It's you can collect aluminum cans in your little basket in the back, and you gotta.
I don't know, man. I like flying. You don't fly, or what? You only fly when you fly commercial, or what? I mean, have you flown private?
Oh, I've flown many times. Helicopters mostly, you know. Lots, years and years out in the Gulf on the helicopters. But we've flown. We took a tiny little plane over to this Great Barrier Island here, and it's man, that was an adventure because it was so windy that day, and we couldn't. We made 3 attempts at the landing, and we had to come in sideways. We were landing sideways like this. And we hit the runway, and we just bounced and went straight back up again, man. And it's like, gonna try it again. And it went like 3 times. The 4th time he's gonna go on a dirt one on a different wind section. I don't know, but yeah, that was interesting, man. It's I've flown on a lot of little things, stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. So, what are your family with the planes though, man?
My family with the plane. My dad, he's got. Right now, he's got a Beechcraft Bonanza, and I think it's a Bonanza, the one with the split tail.
Oh, that's a beautiful look to me.
Yeah. That one's really fun, and he had an Osprey that is a little 2-seater that opens up. The cockpit opens up like this.
Yeah.
And you can put fishing poles in the wings and just pull the fishing poles up. Yeah, you can. Because it's amphibious, it lands in the water too.
Oh yeah, I always loved those, man. I always wanted one of those when I was a kid, watching Fantasy Island and stuff. Man, they land that big plane on the water, man. They have one here right downstairs too. Oh, I'm looking over. There's one right here. It's a cool place right there. Wow. I'll show you. I'll move the camera over there a little bit and show you some stuff. Yeah. They have the America's Cup ship here and stuff. It's pretty cool, but.
Yeah, that is cool. Let's see, what else have we? Beechcraft Sport when I was a kid. I think that's what I learned how to fly with. He would never teach me how to land though. He didn't trust me. I was too much of a wild child, man.
That's a difficult part though, man.
It is a difficult part, but once you learn, it's not. It's like riding a bike. You know what I mean? It's not impossible. So
growing up. Yeah. Growing up, the only thing that we had that would possibly fly would be a Ford Falcon, but it's not a real bird, you know. It's just an old car, so that's about the only thing we had. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. No, I miss it, man. I haven't flown with my dad in years. I think the last time I've flown was coming back from New Zealand. So I haven't flown like private in a small plane in some years, man. I tease my dad and I tell him, I was like, you got to leave that plane to me when you die, but we'll see how that goes, man. He's got freaking 6 other kids, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, man. I like it. Planes are fun. I don't mind flying. I wouldn't mind getting a little home built ultralight.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm just joking around with you, man. I know.
I just think it'd be fun to get out because it's something you can do. It's not that regulated, so you can, as long as you have a place to take it off and land. You can tool around the beaches and stuff, and take a kid up there with you and shit like that, and it could be a nice little time.
Get you one of those parachutes with a big fan on the back, like Fan Man. You know what I'm talking about?
I saw they have those for sale too.
I see those here a lot now.
You do?
Yeah. You can disrupt a boxing event, man. Did you ever see that?
Yes.
With Holyfield and I think Riddick Bowe. Fan Man came in. He almost made it into the ring, and then the crowd grabbed the ropes to the parachute, jerked him into the crowd, and beat the hell out of him. It was a good time, man. It was chaos, man.
Fun stuff, man. Well, shit, man. We've pretty much covered everything, man. This has been a fun podcast. I'm glad to have caught up with you. And dude, it sucks that you guys are having this outbreak and you guys have to be locked down again. But I don't feel too bad because, hey, I'm still stuck. You know what I mean? So
I think it's going to be under control pretty soon, though. And it's just in Auckland, too. Just in the rest of the country is level 2, which doesn't mean much anything. You know, they pretty much have their regular lives. So, yeah, it's not too bad, though. I'm living in a beautiful place here and hanging out in this beautiful penthouse. And
let me get a quick view.
Yeah.
Let me get a quick view before we get out of here.
Yeah, man. Might have to remove the microphone. Let me go for a walk here.
That's fine.
Quick view. What do you think about that, man?
I can't see anything. It's black.
Oh, that's my elbow. I've got the iPad. Oh, it'll be on the video, man. Not bad at all, man.
Oh, okay. I
Trying to
get
work
it.
this gimbal, though.
Well,
A little bit cloudy day today, but you know.
yeah, I'm sure it's gorgeous.
Oh, it's fantastic, man. you got to play along like, ooh, ah,
Cool deal.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for tuning into the K&I Podcast. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep commenting, and watch the whole thing till the end before you guys make your comments. You know what I'm saying? You guys are silly. You guys don't know what you're talking about.
Ironically, you're saying this at the end of the podcast.
I know, right? Anyways, thanks again, guys. Peace.
Peace.